go around. TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods. Spend less, gift more, all season long.
Did you know some of your detergent's fragrance disappears in the dryer? Downy In-Wash Scent Boosters survive the washer and dryer for freshness that lasts 6 times longer than detergent alone. Release freshness with every touch with Downy In-Wash Scent Boosters.
Breakfast sounds better together, doesn't it? Make it even more special with the hazelnut and cocoa taste of Nutella. Nutella, wake up to wow.
Mariah Carey takes the Colbert Questionnaire tonight on CBS.
Federal agents!
January 9th.
It is time to rattle some cages.
Whatever we stepped into, it's big.
The 3-hour NCIS crossover event, Monday, January 9th, starting at 8/7 Central on CBS.
You feel like you're just helpless and you're a potential victim.
Now at 11, a legendary neighborhood on a downward spiral. What residents want tonight.
From KPIX, this is the Late News with Sara Donchey on CBS News Bay Area.
Hello, I'm Sara Donchey. You cannot think of the Fillmore without thinking of the legendary performances at the Fillmore Music Hall. It was the center of the Bay Area's counterculture movement, but now the neighborhood is coming to terms with something a little different. People living in cars and tents, brazen shoplifting, open drug use in some cases. People who live there say they're fed up and they want help. Betty, you went to a community meeting tonight. So, Betty, I know you actually talked to an SFPD veteran who says that even she doesn't feel safe going to the Fillmore anymore.
That's right, Sarah. Yolanda Williams is a San Francisco native, and she says that at times she feels helpless. And over several decades, she's witnessed the Fillmore go from a thriving district for small businesses and music to a place she now tries to avoid visiting.
I have to be vigilant about my own safety. And when we shop, we don't want to have to worry.
Yolanda Williams is a retired SFPD officer who used to work in the Northern Police Station, which covers the Fillmore. She was among several speakers who aired their concerns before Reverend Amos Brown, president of the San Francisco NAACP, and several city agency representatives.
The most egregious things that I have witnessed is the blatant drug sales out in the area, the drug usage, actually seeing people with hypodermic needles in their arms. Also seeing the filth.
Williams is talking specifically about the Safeway on Webster Street. We drove by on Monday and saw several people camping in their cars and tents around the supermarket.
The fact that when you get out of your car, your first fear is that is someone going to break in your car while you're shopping? And then when you go into the store, trying to hold on to your personal effects, hoping that someone's not going to steal them from you.
Williams spent 32 years with the department before she retired this summer. On Monday, several residents shared similar experiences and their fears of being victimized. SFPD confirmed that it's seeing an increase in homelessness and drug usage in the Western Addition. Assistant Chief David Lazar pledged to come up with a plan, partnering with the Department of Homelessness and Supportive Housing and the Department of Emergency Management.
The police have a role in terms of enforcement, but more importantly, it's what can we do to get the unhoused residents into shelter, especially now during the Christmas holiday and it's very cold outside. The reality is that the San Francisco Police Department is short about 540 officers. This is unprecedented.
Also in the audience tonight, the executive director of the Ella Hill Hutch Center. Nonprofit leader James Spangola said he was viciously beaten by 2 homeless men back in June, and conditions in the community haven't improved. Williams said the neighborhood today is wildly different from the one she grew up visiting as a little girl.
This used to be called Uptown. So we would come to Uptown instead of going to downtown for shopping. And I have just seen this just do a major 360 degrees turn.
And she said she actually remembers when businesses were booming and when that specific Safeway just opened. It was a wonderful addition to the community. And now she says it's being overlooked and marginalized when it comes to city services.
So I have to ask, given that she used to be a police officer, when she sees things like this happen, does she actually ever try to intervene in any way?
She did tell me that her only consolation is because she's a retired police officer, she can carry a weapon, but most people cannot. She also says she does take a proactive approach, and she does tell people in the parking lot, knock it off. This is not right. What are you doing? But she knows that this is just the start to a really big solution.
Yeah, absolutely. Betty, thank you so much for sharing her story. We appreciate it. Now, the Biden administration is tackling the homelessness crisis by trying to prevent it from happening in the first place. The president is calling for more action to keep people from losing their homes, and his new plan includes boosting affordable housing, adding more emergency shelters, and support programs. The White House has set a goal by 2025 of reducing the number of unsheltered people by 25%. But would the president's plan actually work here in the Bay Area, one of the most expensive places to live in the country? We sent John Ramos to find out.
The Tenderloin is a place that many fear and point to as an example of what's wrong with San Francisco. But Jennifer Friedenbach has worked here for 27 years and sees it very differently.
I've never been scared of the Tenderloin because everybody looks out for each other. So everybody knows each other. People are this is like a really caring community.
Jennifer is executive director of the Coalition on Homelessness and says if the federal government is looking for solutions to homelessness, they should start by looking in the mirror.
This is our second episode of mass homelessness since the early 1980s, and it was caused by massive cuts to housing at the federal level. And so in order to end homelessness, you need to restore that funding and make sure that folks who can't afford their rent get subsidies.
Those subsidies would come in the form of Section 8 vouchers that unhoused people could use to cover the difference in cost of rent, making it possible to compete for a place to live. It's a suggestion most homeless advocates agree with, including Ray Bramson with Destination Home, a housing nonprofit in Santa Clara County.
These are rental subsidies that can get in the hands of people and provide them with a place that they can afford to call home for a long period of time. I think we haven't seen a deep investment in housing vouchers in this country for some time. There was money in the Building Back Better initiative. Unfortunately, that fell by the wayside. If we had a deep investment in that resource, there was a chance we could get thousands and thousands of people off our streets locally.
But just as important as getting people off the streets is making sure they never end up there in the first place. Biden's all-in proposal emphasizes prevention as one of the key pillars to finding solutions. Kevin Zwick, the CEO of United Way Bay Area, says it makes practical sense to help people before they end up in a crisis.
So this focus, putting equal attention to prevention, to getting upstream, is a great solution because it's a faster solution, it's more cost effective, and we have great nonprofit on the ground working with cities and counties that know how to do this.
Jennifer runs one of those nonprofits and is keeping a positive attitude that the government is serious this time.
I am a sucker for having my heart broken, so I'll have my hopes up that they'll actually invest.
They say hope is not a strategy, but feeling hopeless may be what's keeping us where we are now.
Tonight, Elon Musk remaining silent after his poll asking Twitter users if he should step down as CEO showed a clear majority of people said yes. Musk put out this poll saying he would abide by the results, whatever they may be. More than 17 million votes cast. About 57% said he should quit. Musk's poll had people talking on social media. Even Snoop Dogg weighed in on all of it, asking Twitter if he should run the site if Musk were to step down. More than 3 million people voted. 81% said yes. We spoke to CNET executive editor Ian Scher, who could be Musk's possible replacement.
I do think that he will either hire someone who is like him, or he might hire Mr. Rogers, right? And this nice guy. And then we have to ask, okay, is he gonna follow what Elon Musk says, or is he going to push back?
So Ian Scher also thinks that Musk might abide by the results of the poll. He also believes that since Musk invested $44 billion in Twitter, he's still probably going to be pretty involved. Now, Musk's poll comes after some major shakeups at Twitter over implementing and then drawing back different policies, including a short-lived one that prevents users from sharing links to other social media platforms. Well, coming up, breaking news: an SUV plunges down a ravine, a North Bay crash that's so difficult to reach, crews have to use ATVs to get there. Also, you know them for putting out fires and saving lives in San Francisco, but these firefighters say they're the best at something else entirely.
Cool temperatures across the Bay Area today. In fact, flat out cold temperatures. The least cold spot was San Jose at 52 degrees. Pretty much everybody else was stuck in the 40s with that fog and the cloud cover. And the air quality was far from good. We'll take a look at both the air quality and when our temperatures are going to warm up in the First Alert forecast.
Paul, thanks. Tonight's guests on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Mariah Carey, and Kumail Nanjiani.
One of the reasons I became a general pediatrician is about relationships and families. You see all of their life experiences with them. You got stuff to say? It's actually not only about the child, it's about parents. As your child's primary care doctor, I'm the person who you'll tell lots of things to that you won't tell your friends. You may not even tell your own parents because you're embarrassed that your child hasn't even looked at a vegetable in 2 years, or they are actually on their devices 5-6 hours a day. My job is to be a non-judgmental partner who has information, who can support you in making the right choices. The highest compliment anybody can give you is trust you as a partner in raising their kids, and I honor that and I feel that, and it brings me joy.
Sponsored by UCSF Health, redefining possible.
This season, shine bright with Ford. With special offers and new inventory arriving daily, you could drive one home for the holidays. Now, get a new 2022 Ford Explorer with 1.9% financing for 60 months, only at your California Ford dealers.
I like that one too.
So we're just doing this? A dog?
Yes, Dad.
But I'm allergic.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
You don't know.
Genesis Technology helps businesses help customers.
Oh, that works. Okay.
With every call, text, and chat, Genesis lets companies better understand what customers need, even before they do.
Ready to go fishing?
This season, shine bright with Ford. With special offers and new inventory arriving daily, you could drive one home for the holidays. Now, get a new 2022 Ford F-150 with 1.9% financing for 60 months, only at your California Ford dealers.
What do you think happens when we die?
What do you think happens?
I'm asking the question.
Mariah Carey takes the Colbert Questionnaire tonight on CBS.
Well, just into our newsroom tonight, a major operation happening at a Sonoma County crash site right now. 2 people are dead, 3 injured after a Jeep crashed and fell 300 feet down into a ravine. This happened in Cazadero. 2 children were rushed to the hospital, and a rescue helicopter had to be flown in to take one of the people who was hurt to another hospital. The area is really hard to get to. Firefighters are having to use ATVs to pull this off. We will, of course, update you with more information as we get it. Well, natural psychedelic drugs could soon be decriminalized in California. A new bill wants to make it so people who use them won't be prosecuted, but it wouldn't make it legal to sell them. Studies show that plant-based psychedelics like mushrooms might have some therapeutic benefits, like helping symptoms of PTSD, anxiety, and depression. They can also help wean people off of opioids. Well, State Senator Scott Wiener of San Francisco introduced this bill. He was joined today by veterans who shared personal stories of how psychedelics saved their lives.
When you microdose, you don't hallucinate. You will feel much happier and your mood will still stabilize. That is the power of psilocybin and psychedelics. We need this alternative medicine so we could heal our veteran community suffering from mental illness that has been taking a toll on our brothers and sisters.
Of course, not everyone is going to agree. Some law enforcement agencies oppose the bill. The District Attorneys Association says it wants to see more evidence that these drugs are as safe as marijuana. Contra Costa County leaders got an earful tonight from people who are not happy about what's been going on at the Martinez Refinery. There was a virtual town hall about a Thanksgiving Day chemical leak that cast dust over some neighborhoods there. And inside of that dust, heavy metals. The health department says the refinery violated state law by failing to report the leak.
The refinery had spewed toxic waste into my community. I wouldn't have spent the day outside, but I did, and my health has suffered greatly since that incident. I've had a series of severe asthma attacks.
Earlier this month, community members voiced concerns about intense flaring at the refinery. The company says this was caused by an equipment issue. Flaring is a safety technique used to release excess pressure buildup. Well, the skies over the Bay Area today were more than a little hazy, and you could really see the haze when the sun was going down over San Jose today. First Alert meteorologist Paul Heggen has been looking at that. I mean, that actually looks like a pretty shot. I know it's not supposed to be.
But it's all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, down there, which is smog. It's smoke from chimney smoke. I mean, wood-burning fireplaces and stoves, and just that stubborn fog that we had a hard time getting rid of. Let's take a look at the big picture perspective. I think we are going to have more success at getting the atmosphere to kind of stir itself around tomorrow and help disperse some of that fog, but it certainly kept temperatures cool today. Little ripple in the atmosphere off the coast is trying to send some moisture towards the North Bay. That's evaporating on the way down. For now, we are going to see more cracks in the cloud cover as we head through the first half of the day tomorrow. So that mix of clouds and sunshine allows temperatures to warm back up to what's normal for this time of year. A few showers north of the Golden Gate possible. These are going to be splash and dash showers, more mist than hit. And if you get a shower, it's not going to amount to much more than a trace of rainfall. Another chance tomorrow night into early Wednesday, and then a dry break largely takes over as we head through the rest of Wednesday and into most of Thursday before another little ripple in the atmosphere is going to try to send a chance of showers towards the North Bay by late Thursday and into Thursday night. It's not going to be substantial enough to wash the chimney smoke out of the atmosphere, so air quality is likely going to be where it was today, mostly in the moderate category, but occasionally dipping into that unhealthy for sensitive groups range, and it's not going to get much better as we head through Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I want to take just a minute to talk about the national travel forecast because this is a big travel week leading up to Christmas weekend. Trouble spot's going to be in the Pacific Northwest tomorrow. 4 to 6 inches of snow for Seattle, so any flight going through Seattle-Tacoma is going to have some delays. That storm system emerges from the Rocky Mountains on Wednesday. It's going to cause some problems across the rest of the country the rest of the week. The Twin Cities and Denver getting some snow to slow things down. That's going to be on Wednesday. That spreads towards Chicago, Kansas City, St. Louis on Thursday, and it's going to continue advancing to the east for the end of the work week, but also a very busy travel day on Friday. Likely to have delays for Chicago. That is not a typo. It is going to be 5 degrees for a high temperature in Chicago on Friday. There's going to be showers and thunderstorms along with gusty winds in New York. Gusty winds could slow things down for any flight connecting through Atlanta. Just make sure you're checking the websites of the various airlines to make sure your flight or a family's flight is going to remain on time. Temperatures right now, mostly in the 40s. Down to 39 degrees in Livermore, but those temperatures haven't changed a whole lot over the past several hours, and they won't change a whole lot. A mix of upper 30s and low 40s in the map by early tomorrow morning. And with that sun breaking through, we should warm up to near average temperatures. Mid to upper 50s for almost the entire Bay Area. Everybody within a degree or two of what's normal for December 20th, the last full day of autumn, technically. A little cooler for the North Bay compared to other inland parts of the Bay Area with more clouds and that slight chance of a couple of passing showers. But it's the only rain chance in the 7-day forecast. We do have a warm-up in store as we head towards Christmas weekend. Temperatures will reach the low to mid-60s both Christmas Eve on Saturday and Christmas Day on Sunday. A few spots, especially inland of the Santa Clara Valley and the North Bay, could hit the upper 60s, close to 70 degrees for Christmas Day. Charlie?
All right, look at that. Sports is coming up next. Jordan Poole reacts to his 40-piece in Toronto, a reality check for Baker Mayfield and the Rams, plus the play everyone's still talking about. We'll hear from one Raider who just had a Forrest Gump moment after this one. Details next.
And still ahead, bliss would be an understatement. The overwhelming reaction on the streets of Argentina after what some are calling the best soccer game ever played.
This week, Babylon stars Gene Smart and Margot Robbie. It is epic. Plus, director James Cameron. CBS Mornings this week.
This is a Tempur-Pedic mattress, and it's designed to help make aches and pains a thing of the past by relieving pressure points and supporting your body in a way no other mattress can.
Mancini's Sleep World, your headquarters for Tempur-Pedic. Visit sleepworld.com.
At Chevy, the holidays mean going places and doing things you love to do with friends and family. Visit your local Chevy dealer, and when you find your red tag, you find your deal. Then make the most of your time with the people who matter most. Find new moments, find new roads. Find your red tag and get $2,500 total cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Let it go. Frozen is Disney's latest hit Broadway musical. From the producer of The Lion King comes the show critics are calling a serious mega hit. Now playing at the Orpheum Theater. For tickets, visit BroadwaySF.com.
Every day, our lives are filled with choices, both simple and life-changing. What's not a choice? Addiction to opioids like fentanyl. But even with opioid use disorder, you still have a choice. By choosing treatment, you choose family, your career, and your life on your terms. Choose Change, California. And find medically proven treatment options at choosechangeca.org.
Now it's official. Xfinity has the fastest internet and the fastest mobile service. That's right. Xfinity just increased internet speeds again. And Xfinity Mobile gives you can't catch me speeds. Plus, save hundreds on internet for your first 2 years when you add mobile. The fastest internet, the fastest mobile service, and major savings? Can't argue with the facts. Get gig speed internet for $50 a month for 2 full years when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data. Plus, get $200 back. Switch today.
What are your thoughts for the future?
In a world without rules, 3 outsiders will change everything.
I've been counted out before.
You got it. People, let's go. That's the guy they sent to screw us.
I made it on my terms, not theirs.
Here's the twist. They have no idea what's next.
Babylon, rated R.
What do you think happens when we die?
What do you think happens?
I'm asking the questions.
Mariah Carey takes the Colbert Questionnaire tonight on CBS.
Okay, no secret, you're a football guy. I like soccer a little bit better, other kind of football. But you said this was one of the best weekends of football that you can remember, right?
Best, I think, is a good word. And I'd say craziest weekend of all time, hands down. I mean, there's no question about it. Biggest comeback in NFL history and one of the dumbest plays in NFL history. We'll get to that in just a moment. So the NFC West is in hand for the 49ers. Their sole focus now is on catching the Vikings. San Francisco will likely need to win out to catch Minnesota. 49ers will begin their final 3-game stretch on Christmas Eve. That game's against the Commanders. Monday Night Football. New Rams quarterback Baker Mayfield against Aaron Rodgers and the Packers at Lambeau. It was cold in Green Bay. Third quarter, Rodgers throws for his lone touchdown pass of the night to Aaron Jones. Packers up 24-6. And then the defense goes to work. 2-possession game. Mayfield hit as he throws. An early Christmas present for Rasul Douglas. And then you get a lump of coal for that one. What is everyone doing with these laterals? The Packers do retain possession, and they win with ease, 24-12. Unfortunately, the Packers need to win out, but they do win this one, and they'll need a lot of help to have a shot at the playoffs. As for the rest of the NFC, the Eagles maintain a firm grip on the 1 seed at 13-1. The 49ers 1 game back of the Vikings for the 2 spot, as mentioned, and all 4 NFC East teams currently in. 3 weeks remain in the regular season, but here's the good news. There's no sweating for Niners fans. They can lose all 3 and will still be hosting a home playoff game. The Warriors picked up a rare road win last night. I mean real rare. The win over Toronto was only the Dubs' 3rd away win this season. Golden State's road trip continues tomorrow at Madison Square Garden. They face the New York Knicks. The win was also the Warriors' first without Stephen Curry this year. Jordan Poole, a big reason why. Poole scored a career-high 43 points against Toronto, was 5 of 11 from 3. The Dubs will need a lot more of that scoring from Poole with Steph Curry out multiple weeks with a shoulder injury. Here's Poole on his new best game ever.
It was cool today to kind of get over the 40, and a lot of other guys they were kind of like giving me some crap about it, but more importantly, it's just really good to get a road win.
He's played a lot of great games for us, so if it's not the best, it's definitely one of the few.
To put yesterday's Raiders win in basketball terms, the Patriots essentially scored on the other team's hoop as time expired in a tie game. Time's already run out. Instead of going down, Ramondre Stevenson laterals to Jacoby Myers, who panics, chucked it to Chandler Jones of the Raiders, and the other way goes the black jerseys, 48 yards for the walk-off win. Party time in the end zone for the entire Raiders team, or almost everyone, at least.
I mean, honestly, I know they was all celebrating. I ran in here because I had to use the restroom. So, if y'all really want to know, like, when they was out there celebrating, I was in his pen, so. I had a Forrest Gump moment.
Wonder if Perryman had him about 15 Dr. Peppers, too. Was a minor league baseball broadcaster back in the day, AA, and it's a 4-hour game. 6th inning one time, nature called, had to leave. The doors locked on me. Missed an entire inning. I was banging on the broadcast booth. Hello, trying to get back in. I was stuck out. So, yeah, sometimes when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Okay, well, thanks for those life lessons, Charlie. We appreciate it. Did you spend hours struggling to put up one tiny, measly string of Christmas lights like I did? Well, these San Francisco firefighters are giving us a run for our money.
What do you think happens when we die?
What do you think happens?
I'm asking the question.
Mariah Carey takes the Colbert Questionnaire tonight on CBS.
The Bay Area's hunger crisis. It's a story that surprised us, at times overwhelmed us.
Plain and simple, they're hungry.
Then you showed us that in this community, when one local family is in need, we're all family.
It takes a village to make sure that this problem gets solved.
Join us for a 1-hour special. Food for Bay Area families. Stories of Hope. Tuesday at 4 on KPIX and CBS News Bay Area.
The holidays are for making memories, and you can count on Honda to help you make them. Whether it's in a versatile HR-V, a sporty Civic, or a stylish Accord, start making memories of your own with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Don't worry. It's fake. Let's go. Fake bomb. Let's go. Fake class.
Oh, I'll do it. I swear on my mother's grave.
Fake threat. Fake dead guy. Fakes like those don't scare me. But fake meds, that's a different story. Verify your meds with Safe.Pharmacy. Protect those you love from bad meds.
Adventure awaits at the Best RV Center in Turlock. Voted #1 selling RV dealer in California. Best RV offers a huge selection of new and used RVs at the lowest prices with no hidden fees. From Class A, B, and C to travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and more. Best RV is committed to getting your dreams on the road. Don't miss out on the biggest discounts of the year with Best RV's January Blowout Sales event. For the best selection on the best prices on all current inventory, visit bestrv.com today.
Everyone needs quality health insurance, even if you're healthy and active. Cover California is a free service to help you get covered. 90% of members have received financial help, and every plan offered is comprehensive, covering preventive care, doctor visits, emergency care, and more. Regardless of your income, check today to see how Cover California can help you. And if you have questions, there's free assistance every step of the way. Cover California, this way to health insurance. Enroll by December 31st at coveredca.com.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. Yeah.
Eric's New Year's resolution was to work smarter, not harder. So getting a new Volkswagen SUV was a no-brainer because he can save on maintenance costs over the next 5 years. Now all that hard work can go towards what he needs the most. At the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event, you too can make maintenance cost worries so last year. Hurry in to lease a new 2023 Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
viewers have been having a little friendly competition to see which station has the best holiday decorations. The winner gets $1,500 to donate to whatever charity they want. Tonight, we stopped by a few of the stations to see what they had going on and to see if maybe we could encourage a little trash talking. It's not how I phrased it off camera, but that's what we're saying on TV. First up was Station 39 near Mount Davidson. They said they've been working on this every day or so for the past month. They had inflatables, lights in the shape of a Christmas tree. They had the firefighter with the lit up hose. And their point of pride was that they did this all themselves. They said that this was on them, that they brought in their own stuff to decorate. And they have even more up their sleeve for when the judges come around.
And this is the final product?
We might be adding more, so those other stations should be watching out.
So we went off to Station 38 off of California Street. They lit up not only the station, but basically the whole street that it's on. They had all of the trees lit up in colorful lights. Some of the neighbors decorated too. In fact, the neighbors helping out is kind of where the trash talking comes in, because the other guy said, hey, they had help. We did ours ourselves. So we made sure to stir up the pot and ask them about that.
We didn't exploit so much as bring in all of our neighbors. When you get to know your neighbors throughout the year, when you feed the dogs treats, when they stop by on a July day and they have a cup of coffee with you in front of the firehouse, you get to know them. So when Christmas comes around, we all get together as a neighborhood.
So your neighborhood likes you better?
Oh, definitely. Essentially, it's because of all these charming guys here.
Okay, now to Station 35, the floating station along the Embarcadero. Now, they took advantage of their fire boats, and they lit those up very nicely. The boats have their own power supply, so they said that was the easy part. The other firefighters at the previous stations joked that they were going to take credit for the lights on the Bay Bridge behind the station.
When your station is under such a beautiful image, how can you not include it? We didn't have to pull out gimmicks and snow and massive inflatables and recruit everybody to help us with our decorations.
Okay, thanks to all of them for letting us come and stir the pot. A team of judges will tour the stations, and Mayor London Breed will pick the winners later this week. They were all a good sport. Up next, looking at this, you can feel the power of the World Cup, an outpouring of joy so massive it is hard to comprehend.
The MDX, a new era of premium performance. Visit NorCalDealers.com for attractive offers on the MDX.
How can someone so cute be so complicated? Someone so grown up still have so much growing left to do. We know kids aren't many adults. Their still developing bodies and minds need specialized care, including physicians and care teams who focus on treating kids, and only kids, which is why from everyday to emergencies, kids belong at UCSF Benioff Children's Hospitals.
Alcohol dependency almost took my job and my family.
Mountain Vista Farm's secluded 8-acre retreat is the perfect setting to begin your recovery. Call Mountain Vista Farm at 1-800-300-6716 today.
Ugh, this rental car is so boring to drive.
Let's be honest. The rent-a-car industry is the definition of boring, and the reason can be found in the name itself. Rent a car? You don't want a friend. You want the friend. You don't want a job. You want the job. The is always over up. That's why we don't offer a car. We offer the car. Sixth, rent the car.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright. Come in now and choose from a great selection of new Ford trucks and SUVs in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order on select vehicles, lock in your rate, and you're protected. Plus, new inventory is arriving daily, so you can drive one home for the holidays. Now, get a new 2022 Ford Explorer with 1.9% financing for 60 months. Only at your California Ford dealers. Hurry in today.
Discover the greatest pharaoh of all time, Ramses the Great. In the most impressive collection of its kind, experience 181 priceless Egyptian artifacts, including some of the world's most treasured riches. Enhance your immersive experience and transport yourself to ancient Egypt in virtual reality. Ramses the Great and the Gold of the Pharaohs. Final weeks
At the DeYoung Museum, tickets selling fast. Don't miss this exhibition.
Save up to $600 during Mancini Sleep World's year-end clearance sale. Shop in person or online for amazing deals on our most popular luxury mattress brands. As always, enjoy free white glove delivery, setup, and removal of your old mattress. Visit sleepworld.com.
Feeling like I'm floating to the ceiling, is it magic? Baby, tell me why you disappearing, is it magic? I won't never tell them how I did it was magic. Can you imagine?
Visit NorCalAccurateDealers.com for attractive offers on the Integra.
Okay, so after this weekend's unreal World Cup final, all eyes are on Levi's Stadium, which is set to host at least 5 World Cup matches in 2026. That is the sound of pure joy. Thousands and thousands of Argentinians celebrating their World Cup win after a penalty shootout. This is in Buenos Aires on Sunday, where people took to the streets to watch the game and then showed up in the tens and tens of thousands to celebrate after they won. And this is actually one of the best perspectives. Yeah, that's how many people went out after the win. Fans were climbing statues and streetlights. Look at that.
That's just a national party.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
They brought out fireworks, and the party lasted well into the night. It was unreal.
It's probably still going on.
I know. You know what? If you did not watch yesterday, you got to go back, at least watch the highlights, because it was legendary.
Yeah, I did that YouTube TV catch up through key plays thing, which, I should have watched it live.
Insanity.
I'm still glad I saw it.
We had 2 minutes for soccer on game day yesterday and still couldn't get to all the highlights. 6 goals and penalty kicks.
I know, and a hat trick, and the guy didn't win. All right, well, thank you for watching. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is coming up next. The news continues streaming on CBS News Bay Area. Good night.